everybody. Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D, and we are joined by Mr. Bob Peel. He's back in the house.
I am back in the house.
Well, you're
welcome
in your
back.
garage.
Well, yeah, but either welcome back, Bob.
Yeah, and then Derek's still here. I don't know.
I'm here, but Bob, you need to set it straight. Like, we speculated on last Wednesday exactly what was going on with your tooth situation.
Yeah, we don't know the full details. This is Wednesday's show, so we skipped over Monday, even though you were back on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about.
You already told us on Monday.
No. Tell us on Wednesday. I think that's a great idea.
So yeah, I had a crazy week last week. So last week, I had to work nights for a few days. Yeah. So Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. So obviously going from being a day shift person to a night shift person, that's always tough. Yeah. I did it many, many years ago, but had to totally flip flop my schedule. But sometime on like Wednesday, one of my molars started giving me trouble.
Oh gosh.
So I felt something on and off for a little while, and I've just kind of ignored it. But yeah, come Wednesday, during the day it just got worse and worse, and by Wednesday evening I was literally in tears.
Okay.
So Thursday I had to go have it pulled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a very fun adventure at all.
Derek and I talked about last week, just like when we had our wisdom teeth pulled. Derek only had the top two. Is that right, Derek?
Yeah.
And I had all four at once, and it was like
I had all four at once as well.
Brutal.
And this molar was actually became a problem because of when my wisdom teeth came in. Gosh. So it pushed it forward and caused all sorts of problems. So yeah, had to have that taken care of. So I appreciate you guys stepping up and taking care of the show without me.
We sent hopes and prayers. Did you get them?
Yeah, I did. I was actually getting the tooth pulled, and a hope hit me in the eye, and a prayer hit me in the back end. So
I just sent thoughts and positive vibes. That's all.
I felt those two. I felt
he's
those
so
too.
secular. Okay,
that's all I was able to muster.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if I think we say this all the time. Do we announce that it's Winging It Wednesday every Wednesday, or do we just wing it and let them figure it out for themselves?
Let's wing it. I mean, we could tell them. We still got to do it. It's Winging It Wednesday, and we're just going to talk about whatever.
Yeah,
we're
going to throw things out there. Derek has something he's going to talk about.
I do have something.
What's up, guys?
So let's hear what you got to say. Hey, by the way, wait a minute. I do have to say this.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
What day is it, Bob?
Hump day.
It's hump day.
There you go. Okay, Derek, you got something you're going to share with us. Do I need to queue up your thing, or is this just like a topic?
No. This is not a hot take or anything like that. But it is interesting because we were talking about all these, like, the van life videos. All these people, they just pull everything up and they live in a van, or they live in an RV, or they live in like a truck camper.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, that doesn't always sound very appealing to me. And it definitely does not sound appealing to my wife.
Right. You told us that when we did the van life.
But this week, or this past week, it seems very appropriate because we're finishing up the final touches on, like, the plumbing at our house.
Uh-oh.
We had to replace the sewer line from the house to the street. And guess how far back from the street my house is?
How far, Derek?
It's 150 feet.
Wow.
That's bad.
So, yeah.
And that costs a lot of money probably to get it out there, right?
I mean, the guy that does it he's legitimately not expensive. He's like the most reliable guy in town. A lot of businesses.
You want to throw his name out there for all the people in Texas?
Garza.
John Garza.
That's it. We just know that he does a good job.
Pretty good.
He does an amazing job.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He never takes a day off.
Really?
I've called him up I've shot him a text on weekends, holidays, before, and he's always responded. But he's
Garza is killing it.
Yeah, he's very in demand.
I don't know if destroying plumbing is good. That's not good.
Well, that's what happened. Derek
destroyed his plumbing.
No, we didn't do it. It was probably those trees and those stupid roots.
That's usually what happens.
Okay, so the plumbing. We went all over the place. Keep going. Garza came to do the plumbing.
Well, what we have now is I bought several sections of 4-inch PVC pipe. They laid it out. They got the grade, the pitch, the angle.
Yeah, because you want the poop to flow away from your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's still like 10 more feet of digging to go.
Okay.
But he did connect it it is connected to the sewer, to the city sewer.
So you can.
So we're not like
you can still. Yeah,
poop. we can totally poop.
All right.
And it's not just going to go into a ditch in my front yard, because it's starting to warm up, and that would be bad.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a few things, and we're going to relay the natural gas line and all that stuff. So,
dude, this guy's like taking your house to like palatial estate, man. The plumbing is going to be on point.
Oh yeah, he was like, get out there and flush that toilet and take a shower.
Well, at least you'll never have to worry about that again.
Speaking of,
that's the hope. That is the hope.
This is funny that you talked about this because so when we moved back to Michigan, when we first got here, there wasn't much time to kind of enjoy the outdoors, so to speak. But our backyard, whenever the dogs would go out there, they'd come back in and their feet would just be black as death with black mud. And as the snow went away, I thought, after it's melted, everything will stop happening. It won't be so muddy back there and stuff. So we had a guy come out to check out putting up fence in our backyard to keep our dogs in the yard. And as he's walking past this one side, he notices that our neighbors have a drainage pipe dumping into our yard.
Oh, from their sub pump or something?
Something like that. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, I told Cheryl, I said, I'm thinking I'm going to go over there and be like, hey, I noticed that you have a drainage pipe going into our yard. And she goes, I don't think we need to do that. And I'm like, yeah, we do. They're dumping their like overflow water into our yard. That's why it's totally wet. And then the people that live on the other side of us, their house is 4 feet up higher than ours. So all their water runs down into our yard too. So I'm kind of like, because she said, let's just get these people to come out and put in one of those. No, she wants some guy to come in and make it so that the water drains away from our house, which I'm fine with. But I'm also like, dude, neighbors, what are you doing to me here with the drainage pipe?
Direct your water elsewhere.
Yeah. Your water can go somewhere else. It doesn't need to go in my yard.
And let's say water is kind of it's a very loose term.
It is.
Yes.
Right.
It is. It could be all sorts of nonsense. I don't know about. Yeah. That's terrible.
Do your dogs smell like poo?
No, they don't.
Okay, well that's good.
They probably do.
Look,
nose blind to it.
Ooh. No, mine is not for sure. But like during the winter, your dogs just build up a ton of this. You probably don't experience this as much as us, Derek. But in the wintertime, there's poos everywhere in the snow and stuff. And then when the snow goes away, you're just like, oh my gosh, look at all that poop.
What is snow?
That's why I don't mind the springtime rain, because it just melts all the poo into the ground.
It does. And in South Carolina, the thing that happened, this is probably what happened to you, Derek, is the sun turns the poo into like these powder. It just it just melts it away, basically.
Like Avengers.
Yeah.
Dries it up.
Thanos puts it. Is that the name of the guy, Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos puts the poop glove on and flicks his finger, and all the poop just turns to dust.
What was that movie where it's a vaporizer? Do you remember that? Jack Black was in a movie with Ben Stiller, and they created this spray that you sprayed on poop, and it made it made it vaporize.
Envy?
Yes. And then people, the way that it ruined their business was people started going, where does the poop go? And they didn't know where the poop went. Or it came back, didn't it? Somehow?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Isn't that one where he invented pocket flan or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. Like Jack Black kept all his money from Vaporize and all this stuff, Ben Stiller lost everything. So yeah, not to give it away.
Yeah.
Don't want to ruin anybody's envy.
Thanks for ruining a horrible sounding movie.
It is pretty bad.
Well, to tie back into the van life videos and all these issues that we've been having, it just kind of it made for a very long weekend this past weekend that I was working on it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, geez, I wish I could just pee in a bottle and crap in a bucket and be done with it.
Nobody wants to crap in a bucket. Don't even pretend.
I was there. I was almost there.
No.
Like it would have been a plastic lined bucket that you could
I'm sure you could rent a porta potty out there, right?
Oh, that's even worse, man.
Yeah, but if it's a a fresh porta potty and it's just your stuff.
That's terrible. This whole thing has thrown me off. I don't even know where to go with this because you said you wanted to poop in a bucket.
I mean, that's like a camping toilet. Isn't that what they do, basically?
I don't know. Yeah. I've never done
you
that.
You could put a pool noodle, a poodle in a bucket and crap on it. Or you could put a pool noodle around the edge of a bucket and sit on a bucket and do your thing.
No.
That's a good old camping hack.
That's terrible.
That's a great hack.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You got to do it. Yeah, nobody wants to sit on a rough and tough bucket, but you put a poodle noodle on there.
A pool noodle. Well, if you don't put the noodle on there, first of all, you're gonna have like a crease.
Yeah,
it'll be like a nice circular crease on your backside. But you'll also want to get your business done with quickly. Get out of there! I need to use the bucket.
Oh,
you don't have to hear that too much.
Oh, this whole topic, as much as I talk about poo, it totally caught me off guard. I was not ready for it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It hit me in the face.
Who happens to everybody?
It's the idea of sitting on a bucket. It just seems so terrible to me.
Hold on. Okay.
You're talking about like a good bucket, not like a beach toy sandcastle build.
Like a Home Depot bucket. I am? Think about the logistics of this giant man sitting on a Home Depot bucket to crap.
But you got to do what you got to do. I probably already have Derek's answer just with his military background and stuff. But
yeah,
Scott, have you ever pooped in the woods?
No.
I'm sure some of you listeners have.
I poop my
Derek,
pants.
I don't know if you've had to.
No, I do have a story about.
This is terrible. What happened?
But there was one time I was camping or doing something, and there was no bathroom anywhere near, and I had to go. And you lean your back up against a tree for some stabilization, and you do what you got to do. And I actually cut the sleeve off of my hoodie to clean up with. So
this is where I can understand that part, because I was sick. I was feeling very ill, and me and my buddies were out playing soccer at a park, and I kicked the ball and sneezed at the same time, and I shat myself. Yeah. And I went into the woods, and I had like 3 T-shirts on because it was in the fall. And I just used one of the T-shirts and wiped it and like threw it over this fence and then kept playing.
You schnarted.
I sharted bad.
No, you schnarted.
Schnarted?
Oh, yes, schnarted.
You sneezed sharded.
Oh, it was so bad. That's one of my I think my 3 or 4. Didn't we talk about this? How many times we pooped our pants? Is that us? Did we talk about that?
Oh, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Well, you have, Scott. That's like your favorite
pastime
discussion ever.
We still haven't done the thing. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that. So we were talking about poop. Go ahead, Pop.
No, what I was asking was, I've said that I've had to go to the bathroom outside several times. Yeah. But Derek, I think you had a story about something of that nature.
Yeah. Well, I urinate outside plenty. I mean, that's like my right as a landowner.
What?
Right. Yeah. Pee on your property
at night.
Okay.
But I've surprisingly, even as a military guy, I haven't really been caught out in the middle of nowhere having to number 2. But recently, like a few years ago, during one of my many attempts to get healthy or whatever, I used to do a lot of walking, and I would walk at night around in my neighborhood. And sometimes these walks would become rather long constitutionals, like very long hikes.
Okay.
And I would make it quite a ways away from the house by like a couple, 2, 3, 4 miles.
Oh boy.
Just walking, and I was out in another neighborhood altogether, and I felt a little rumbly in my tumbly.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, I had better start heading back to the house. And I started, but I was not quick enough.
Oh no.
And so I did find an abandoned. There was a lot across the street from some house.
Oh my gosh!
I found a bush, a tree, a spot, and I marked that area.
Oh,
it happens. I mean, it can happen to anybody. That's the thing.
Oh no! The funny thing is,
so Derek Tant is the phantom pooper of Big Spring.
Yeah.
So if you guys have
if
been
you
looking
found
for
poop
him,
in your yard, human poop, it was Derek.
I don't like to drive by that spot either.
It's like embarrassing.
I know that bush.
The funny thing is, Bob, when you were not here, when we were doing Friday's show, I just all of a sudden, Derek was like, at the end of when we were recording, Derek said, "You got to take a crap, don't you?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes." When we ended, and I was fidgeting quite a bit, wasn't I? All right, so here's the deal. Something's happening to our Skype. It's on my side. These guys are working fine. Can you guys hear each other?
Yeah.
When you're talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that. They can hear each other, but I can't hear them. And it's not recording anything. I'm looking, and it's not getting them. But technical difficulties. What in the heck is happening, Skype? Something weird is going on. I don't know what it is.
The Winging It
The
Wednesday, and nobody knows besides me and Derek.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just end the show because this is a big, huge, floppity flop disaster. And that's what I think of it. We'll come back and see you. Hopefully Friday's better than this. On Friday, Bob's got a fantastic game that we're going to play that everybody seems to love called One's Gotta Go. So come back on Friday. It's the 19th. It's funny because I'm watching Bob mouth things to me as I'm recording this. Oh my gosh, it's showing you guys talking. Maybe you are. I just
That'd
can't hear you.
hilarious if he can't
That's
hear
hilarious.
us, but we're still on the show.
That's funny. Let's end the show because this is ridiculous.
Pots.
I can't take this anymore.
Fresh Pots?
I'm going to press it. Yeah, Fresh Pots.
Fresh Pots.
Yeah, you guys couldn't hear that, could you? No Fresh
Nope.
Pots. I'm just going to yell it. Fresh Pots!